Look at you. I mean, first of all, you're just coming off of a Golden Globe nomination. We're going to find the answer to that soon. What is the thing that propels, motivates, pushes? Because quite frankly, you could sit back, you could do some podcast, your great podcast, you could do anything. Why the pushing?
Oh, it's a great question. I think I'm just intellectually curious.
Yeah, that's good.
I love solving problems. I love the satisfaction that I get of just looking at a problem and talking to people that are smarter than me. You're going through this right now as you're building your company and you're learning all the tech. I think it's exhilarating
Me too.
to be our age and leaning into AI and leaning into, how do you monetize YouTube? And, what is this? What is Spotify doing versus Apple doing? And so it keeps me feeling young and useful.
Yes.
And I think you need something to get out of bed for.
Yes.
You do.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be something that makes you money. But those moments in life where I've felt really lost, I didn't have something that I was excited to be working on.
Oh, that's it. So were you a leader when you were a kid?
Yes.
Were you a leader in high school?
Yes.
What were you, captain?
I was president of the school.
Of course.
And president of class. But I think part of it too, if you look at like what a lot of people say about people that are dyslexic and ADHD, is you develop strategies to cope.
Yeah.
So raising your hand first is a strategy to be able to blurt something out so you don't get called on later when you're not paying attention. Picking the teams on the playground is a way to ensure that you're not the one who gets picked last. So I think it wasn't this sense, like if I dove deep into the psychology, it wasn't this like, I'm better than everybody. It was like, what was
your senior superlative? Did they give those in your school, like best?
I think it was most likely to be famous. I think it might have been.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think. And teacher's pet.
Teacher, you were?
Oh, I love teachers. I was like best, especially the nerdy classes. I could be the queen of the island of misfit toys. Really? Like one of the things that I'm most nervous about with the Golden Globes is I've never been on a red carpet. Ever.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what to wear. I don't feel like I don't ever wear
Right. You're like, what am I going to do there?
Things. And I need my glasses. Like I would feel... I would not be able to see anybody. I can't get contacts in and out to save my life. I got man hands, Dumbo fingers. I just can't get those things out of my eyeballs. And so I'm like, I'd look like an idiot. I would love to wear a ball gown, but I would look like a complete idiot.
So what are we wearing?
I don't know.
Okay, good.
When this drops, I'm going to be in a dressing room still
trying to try things.
I'm having flashbacks to being at the Natick Mall at Nordstrom's with my daughter as I'm screaming at her about a bodycon dress that she's not going to wear to prom. And she's having a meltdown, Hoda, because there is a Facebook group where all the seniors claimed every dress known to man, and now she, as a junior, is not allowed to buy a dress, and I'm pissed off at the world.
No kidding.
Yes, and but now it's me. Now it's me, as everybody around me's like, that looks beautiful. I'm like, I look terrible. I look like a blanched sausage. Oh my God.
One question I ask everybody, which always elicits an interesting answer, so I'm going to ask you too. So when you were young, little girl, and you're imagining yourself standing in your childhood bedroom. You're looking around at the walls and the posters and the things you may have put up on the walls. What's on the bookshelves, if anything, toys, sheets. What did you have anything special? Did your mom? So when you open your eyes and describe what that looks like.
Well, you know what's hard? It's that I'm imagining the beautiful way my mom is decorated.
Yes. So your mom
the
decorated
bedroom
it.
now.
Oh, now.
Yes, and I'm trying to flash back and go back in time 45 years and remember what it was like, because right now it's like painted by my mom's really good friend, shout out Chuck.
Yeah.
He's like what's it called? Trompe l'oeil. What's that type of painting where there's like flowers everywhere and two twin beds? But I had a brother. We shared a bedroom for a very long time until we moved to Michigan, and my parents were able to finally be able to buy their own house. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, that it was white wallpaper. Remember Laura Ashley?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh yeah. Back then we had like 5 options.
Yeah.
Right.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it. So it was the Lance plaid nightgown with the ruffles up to your neck, some sort of chastity nightgown situation. Very cute. And it was the white wallpaper with the tiny little rosebud, like you know what print I'm talking about.
Yes, of course.
And I had the white, like kind of thing. I remember an arch, and I collected.
What?
I could be a really good hoarder. Because I collected everything. Do you remember those? There were these plastic horses.
Yeah.
That you could get different I didn't even ride a horse.
You just collected them?
I didn't own a horse. I don't know why I had these plastic horses in my bedroom, but I had those. I had the Laura Ashley matching comforter. Thank you, Mom, for that.
Yes.
We probably went to Jacobson's in Grand Rapids, Michigan to buy it. That's what I remember most. But I do remember outside my window, there was a redbud tree. And every spring, that tree, the redbud, if you don't know a redbud tree, it loses its leaves in the winter. But in the spring, before the leaves come, it gets these micro, tiny little pink blossoms that go up the bark and the branches. And so it looks like this pink colored tree, like almost like a tree in winter that has Christmas lights on it, only it's pink. And then the petals all drop and they create this circle of pink underneath. And I would lay in bed and look at that tree and just think about how beautiful it was. And to this day, red buds are my favorite kind of tree.
I love it.
Yeah.
So when you were class president, so everyone, and probably most likely to succeed in all these kind of things. So it was a given probably to you that I'm going to be successful, or did you think you had to?
I think I wanted to.
You wanted to.
Yeah. I think I wanted to. My mom opened a retail store, and she was such a badass. I would go. We have this tiny town. She and her friend decided to go to the Chicago gift show, and she and Susie go there. They discover flavored coffee. She brings flavored coffee in the early 80s. This was not a thing.
Right, before anyone did that.
This is like before Williams-Sonoma, my mom had always been an incredible cook. She grew up on a huge farm. She brings back flavored coffee, and she decides, I'm going to open a retail store. And I am going to sell cookware, and I am going to sell flavored coffee, and I am bringing this to our small town. And by God, she and Susie did. It was called The Pantry. And I would go in there and look around at all the Le Creuset pans and all of the things she sold and the flavored coffee. She'd come home every day after work, Hoda, smelling like hazelnut and vanilla and caramel and pumpkin. And I just thought that store was the coolest thing in the world. Oh, and there's a great story. So when they were going to get a loan, she and Susie go to the bank where we were banking. And they sit down with the banker that they've known for years. So this would have been early 80s. And they say, we want to start this retail store. We've gone to the Chicago gift store. We need $10,000. And the guy said, great, let me call your husbands.
Oh, my God.
Now, my mother, I love this woman. She said, why? And he said, well, we need to get them to co-sign. She said, well, I'm a joint account holder. And Susie's like, so am I. And we have our mortgage here. And I own the house as well with my husband. And he's like, I'm sorry, it's just bank policy. She got up. She withdrew the accounts. She went to a different bank.
Oh, my God.
And got her loan. And so my mom just, without just like, no problem. Got it.
See you later.
Yeah, see you later. And I just learned there's a million different ways to get something done.
And also to watch this woman stand up and say, oh, no, we're not standing for that, which explains a lot about you.
Yes. Like there's a different way to solve your problems. That you may be in a situation where things are unfair, or you've made a lot of mistakes, or the deck feels like it's stacked against you.
Yeah.
And with the power of your brain, and with the movement of your feet, and with the gift of time, you can change things for the better. You can find a different way. And we didn't even have the tools back then, like AI. To go and use as a partner in being able to brainstorm. And so in today's world, you have this ability in your body with your brain and your ability to take action, to partner with all the different tech and things that are out there that are at your finger, podcasts you can listen to think of different ways to attack a problem.
So you go through, you do law school,
Yep.
you were a public defender, you do all that stuff.
Yeah.
You're married, like life is good. I read your marriage announcement. It was wait, hold on. I love it.
Oh, you
Sorry.
want to hear how that happened?
Tell me.
Okay, it happened like everything that happens in my life is big, has a crazy, just normal story to it. So Christopher and I were here in New York City. We had made a bunch of new friends. One of them happened to be going through a divorce, and she was like a big floral designer. She was a couple of years older than us. And when we got engaged, she said to us, hey, do you mind if I pitch you to the New York Times? Because I'm starting a new business in the middle of this divorce, and if I can get them to bite on this story, then it would be great publicity for us. And I'm like, sure. Okay. I don't know why they'd write about us, but that sounds okay. So little do I know, she knows Lois Brady at the New York Times because she was married to a guy and they had a big floral business. I didn't know her in that life. I just knew her, as Denise. Hi, Denise. And so all of a sudden, Denise calls us and says, okay, you're not going to believe this. Lois wants to meet you. And I was like, she does? She's like, yes, just make sure you tell her I'm doing the wedding. And I said, okay. And her gift to us, check this out, was to order all the flowers wholesale and then ship them to Michigan. And then my mom and I went to garage sales and bought all of these old containers. Like, I'm getting choked up just thinking about this. And all of her friends and my friends got together the day before the wedding in our basement, and we made our flower arrangements with the wholesale flowers that Denise shipped. So when your friend is showing up for you like that, I am turning on the juice when I'm going to sit down with Lois Brady. So Lois shows up at our apartment. We chat. Never hear from her again.
Yeah, that's it.
Never.
Okay, you're like, goodbye.
4 months later, I'm walking up the aisle at my own wedding at my parents' house. There's Lois Brady at the audience. I didn't even know she was coming.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I had no idea this was going to be the feature.
This is so
Labor
crazy.
Day weekend.
Isn't it funny, your life?
When did I get 96? I mean, that's how that happened. And so most people will look at that and be like, oh, she must be some so-and-so.
You're like, no.
But I get in the back door. I know the bouncer or the cook or the dishwasher working at the club. They're the one opening up the door for me. I kind of feel like that with the Golden Globes. Somehow we snuck in.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. We made it.
But so much of your life is this way. I'm just going to read what you said about Chris, which I love. One of my vows to Chris is that I'm absolutely committed to never knowing exactly who he is, the bride said. I don't want to ever get to a point where I think I know what he's thinking.
Oh, God.
I'm so much more interested in constantly discovering new things about him.
That's very naive. Honestly, I think you want to know who you're marrying. No, I
get that sentiment.
It's true.
It's kind of cute.
It's actually really cute. And if I think about the fact that we've been together now, we'll be married 30 years this year.
Wow.
I do feel like you go through chapters in every relationship.
Yeah.
And holding space for both knowing who you're married and who you chose and the goodness in their heart and holding the space for that. And at the same time, understanding that as you grow, you got to give them space to be able to grow and do things. I think that's what the more mature version of me would interpret that to be.
Will you talk about, because again, I think the reason everyone leans into you, and there are many reasons, but it's because you've been through the meat grinder.
Yeah.
You at some point you decided not to go the lawyer route. You were a motivational speaker, and your husband had this pizza joint.
Oh, God.
It sounded like
a dream.
A dream. You had your kids at that point, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
3 of them.
Okay.
Under the age of 10.
Yeah. So what's going on?
Chris had been laid off, Hoda, 7 times in the first 9 years of our marriage. Now, if that's not a sign that this is a person who is not supposed to be in the corporate world, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
And he was doing what most men think they should do, which is chase the corporate ladder and make money, and your worth is in what you provide.
Yeah, right.
And so when he started the restaurant, I was excited for him. And the first one that he and his best friend opened was fantastic.
Okay.
And we were just dumb. We were dumb. And we also didn't have a lot of resources.
Right.
And so we cashed out everything. Like we thought we had won the lottery because we had one pizza restaurant that was doing well. And so we got rid of the 401k. We cashed out the kids' college savings.
Wow.
We took out a home equity line. We found credit cards and maxed them out. We asked friends and family to jump in on this train that was just bound for success because we believed
You believed it, yeah.
And sometimes in life, there's just really bad luck. And there's also bad timing. And this all converged right as 2007 and 2008 hit and the recession hit. We also had this dumb luck that there were 5 nor'easters, which are blizzards, that hit that winter in New England on weekends. So the biggest nights of the week were closed for 3 days. Plus the price of flour spiked, and we found ourselves in a tsunami of financial just hurt. $800,000 in debt, all of our savings gone, liens are hitting the house, the phone's ringing off the hook with bankruptcy notifications. Plus, people have invested. So you got to pull yourself together and put on a good face because you got a restaurant open and they're trying to figure it out. And so you got to kind of make like things are going to be okay, which is what you do when that kind of stuff is happening. And it just spiraled. And in these moments in your life, whether you suddenly lose someone or you make a bunch of dumb decisions like we did and you now feel the impact of them, or you just have something so profoundly unfair that happens to you that you don't deserve, it is going to knock you down to places that you never, ever, ever expected to go. And that's what happened to me. And for a good 6 months to a year, I just rotted in it. I felt sorry for myself. I was angry at Chris.
Yeah. What did you...
Oh, Hoda, I am not proud to share this, but the fact is I was paralyzed. I was unemployed. The checking account was in the red. We pulled, I remember the day we had to call the town and tell them we're pulling our kids for soccer. We couldn't pay the $125.
Oh, for soccer? For the kids to play sports?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't tell my parents what was going on because I didn't want them to hate Chris. Chris is a shell of himself. And so I started drinking like crazy. And I would literally start drinking at 6 o'clock at night, bourbon Manhattans. I would have 4 a night. I would fall asleep in the living room chair or fall asleep in bed. You want to know when you're failing at parenting? When your children wake you up because they've missed a bus. And that was me. And I am not proud of it. Not proud of it at all. And the thing is that I knew what I should do, but I could not organize the will or the discipline or the motivation to make myself look for a job or make myself ask for help or make myself have 1 Manhattan for God's sakes, not 4, or make myself get up to get these kids on the bus. And what I've come to learn now is that most of us are not positively motivated to do the thing that's hard. That there's a certain relationship between the pain that you need to feel because it organizes this frustration and this friction where you finally get to the point where you're like, I am so sick of my own shit that I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Because staying where I am is actually harder than doing the things that I'm avoiding.
Did you think about leaving Chris?
I wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave him. I wanted to, and I'm sure he wanted to get rid of me. But there's this weird thing where I thought maybe that's the solution, but I knew deep down I didn't want to leave him.
Yeah.
I just, when you're afraid, it's easier to be angry at people than it is to drop into the real fear that you have, which is I was afraid we were going to lose the house. I was afraid that we'd have to move in with my parents.
Yeah.
I was afraid, or worse, my in-laws, I was afraid that, not anything against them, but, I was afraid that all of our friends would find out what a mess we were.
Yeah.
I was just afraid we wouldn't be able to change.
Did y'all talk? Did you guys have conversations about it, or was it so?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I literally don't.
I get it.
In periods of your life where you feel this much pressure, you just go into survival mode. And, as you know, because you've interviewed all the experts too, it's true. When you're in survival mode and you're reacting, the part of your brain that takes over isn't remembering anything. Like I talk to friends of mine who are in these acute phases where their parents may be dying and they're the caretaker, or, you've got a kid in the NIC unit. Oakley was in the NICU for a month. I don't remember a single day of him being in the NICU because I was so just go, go, go. Oh my God, is he going to make it mode? And I felt that way about my life for quite a while. And so I think also that combined with the drinking didn't help with memory.
Oakley was in the NICU?
He was born with a genetic disorder that almost killed him. And we didn't discover it until after he got released. And so we got very, very lucky because we were in Boston. It turned out he had something called Hirschsprung's disease, which is a very good genetic disease to have if you know about it, because it's a plumbing issue in your intestines. But if you don't find out about it, your intestines can rupture and kill you.
I mean, the things that you've been through. I mean, I had a daughter in the NICU for, it was in intensive care for 7 days, and it was the most excruciating. Like I thought, how do you ever rise up? How do you ever rise up from almost losing everything? How do you ever rise up? So when you're on your knees like that, what do you do? What did you do? Was there a moment where you were like, that's it?
I think that I've always had this sense that somehow I'm going to get through this.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I remember this story. Oakley had been home for 5 days. I'm always looking for signs. Always give me a sign that I'm going to make it through this. So we were he had been home for 5 days and he was not eating. And I kept taking him to the emergency room. I'm now, this is my third kid. I know something's wrong. And they keep telling me, oh, you're lucky. He's a mellow baby. I'm like, no, something's really wrong. He's not eating.
Yeah.
And they send the lactation consultants and I'm tweaking his feet and I'm wrapping him in these cold towels. And I finally go and get him to the pediatrician. We were going every single day. And thankfully, Oakley threw up in the pediatrician's office and it was poop coming out of his mouth.
Oh my God.
And his pediatrician, Mark, looked at me and said, Mel, I do not know what's wrong with him, but something is terribly wrong. You need to get him right now to Newton Wellesley. And so my mom was there and we drove together to Newton Wellesley and he was calling ahead and we walk into the elevator and a good friend of mine, Kara, walks out. And she's like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I don't know. Something's wrong with Oakley. She's like, I'm here to help, whatever you need. And we get, and Chris, oh my God, this was 2005 and Chris was just starting to launch the restaurant. They were raising money to launch the first restaurant. And he was in Florida seeing his parents because his dad was recovering from esophageal cancer.
Oh, jeez.
And they were down there talking to some of their friends too about this restaurant business, but mostly he was there to see his dad. So he's flying back as I'm heading to the hospital. And we walk into the hospital and his stomach's out like this because he's backing up because his intestines aren't working. And they put us in a room on the kids' floor. And I walk in, and there's this beautiful mural of Winnie the Pooh, and my husband's name is Christopher Robbins. And I was like, it's going to be okay. And then they started doing rotations, and this doc walks by, and he comes in, and we got so lucky. He was the head of, I think his name was Dr. Ryan. He was the head of pediatric surgery at Mass General, Brigham, and he was there doing clinical rotations with residents that night. And he took one look at Oakley and he said, we cannot handle this case here. He needs to be medevaced immediately to Mass General. He turned to me and said, you got to go pack a bag. We don't know if he's going to make it. And it was at that moment that Chris walked in, and of course, being the jerk that I am, I'm like, where are you, man?
Which is what we do in crises.
And so we drove home, and I called my two best friends, Lisa and Robin, at the time, and right then, and they were incredible, and we packed our bags, and then we drove to Mass General, and we walked in, and the doors opened to the NICU, and there were Lisa and Robin. And they had both had babies in the NICU. And I just kept telling myself that, no matter what happens, we're going to get through it. It's going to be okay. Thank God we live in Boston and we have this. And it turns out he had Hirschsprung's disease. And to put this in perspective, Dr. Ryan happens to be one of the world's leading experts on it. And my dad has been in medical practice for 30 years and the chief of pediatric surgery in Western Michigan in 30 years has not seen a case of Hirschsprung's. And so we got very lucky. Yeah. But there's also a part of me, Hoda, that I'm the person you want in an emergency.
I was going to say.
Yes, and that's one. Perfect. Sirens on cue. There's the sign. I have been in more situations where somebody has been choking or somebody's in a coffee shop and they tip a hot boiling water on a baby and they go to strip the clothes and I'm like, don't strip the clothes. But it's like there's this part of my brain that goes into overdrive because I've taken the trainings and I've done the wilderness EMT stuff. And I don't know, like I am at my best when we are in an emergency.
Is there any divinity going on here? You always see there's signs all over the place.
I feel like I am channeling something larger, not in an egoic sense. I feel connected to something greater than all of us. Yeah. In fact, the dots in the book on the Let Them theory, every dot represents a small moment of information or wisdom or consciousness going out into the world. Mm. And also people finding it and coming toward it.
Wow. That's really big. All of the things that you're talking about are big.
Yeah, really big. I feel this, when all of this started happening, I was beginning my press week on Sunday, landing in LA, and we had a ton of interviews. And I get a phone call that Oprah's team had reached out because they were interested in doing an episode for her new podcast. I was like, cancel everything. We're doing this. And they wanted to do an episode about anxiety. And I'm like, we got this. I'm going to just go into hyper research. We're going to make this the best thing. I cannot wait to just deliver. She hadn't even announced that she had a podcast yet. So I'm going through the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I guess what was happening in the background is that on Tuesday morning, I spoke with one of her producers about our episode to just prepare and make it the best we could be and understand what they wanted to cover. And I guess they went into prep mode because I didn't know this. But on Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, they were starting to research my episode and they realized, wait a minute, Mel has a book coming out?
Oh, jeez.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
Can we get a copy?
Wow. And that's how that whole thing happened?
Wednesday, she gets the book. She starts reading it. I don't even know this. I am told Thursday night.
That you're doing
that they are adding a second episode. And that it is all about this book and that she has read the book cover to cover. And I remember walking on set and seeing her and she had the book and there were so many paper clips and so many tabs. And to see someone that you admire really take your work seriously and admire you back.
That's so big.
It was... that nothing like that could have ever been orchestrated unless it was divinely ordered, and I believe
which is your life. I mean, that really is your life. When we talked about you being on your knees at that point after the restaurant and everything. So what did you do to get out of that?
It sounds so dumb, but it's all about action. Action relieves anxiety. Action is what changes your mood.
Yeah.
The mistake that we make is you think you need the confidence or the motivation to do the thing.
Yeah.
And don't discount the importance of desperation. Don't discount the importance of necessity. You have within you the ability to push through the discouragement and the just doubt that you have. Yeah. It sounds dumb, but if you start taking actions every day that align with the kind of person you want to be or the way you want to feel, over time, you become that person. And for me, it began with just getting out of bed. The simple act of becoming the kind of person that got up when the alarm rang, no matter what kind of day it was, no matter how I felt.
Right.
Just get up when the alarm rings, make your bed.
Do you remember the first day you did that after feeling terrible?
It was a Tuesday morning in February 2008. Yes.
Wow.
That's the morning that changed my life. You're one decision away from a different life.
Yeah. So you put your feet on the floor.
Put my feet on the floor, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stood up and was like, oh, that's weird.
Okay.
And then I know the next decision.
Yeah.
The next decision was I walked into the kitchen and my husband was standing there. And you know that feeling?
Yeah.
Where you see somebody you love and just... Well, I felt that.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to kill him.
Yeah.
I loved him.
Yeah.
And I went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I just took a breath, and I was able to gather myself and speak to him kindly for the first time in 6 months. And then I saw the phone, and I hate people, and I don't want to call people, and I don't want to ask for help. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I need a job, so now I'm telling people.
Wow.
We are in trouble with our mortgage because we can't pay it and haven't paid in 3 months. So I pick up the phone, Mom, Dad, I need some help.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I need help.
And one irritating and hard and difficult action at a time, I changed my life. That's how you do it. So like everything in life, I fail at things.
Yes.
And then I'm like, how do I figure this out?
Yeah.
And once I learned on my own podcast, episode 77, Dr. Amy Shaw, that women fall short on protein.
Protein,
And that we need protein for muscles, but it helps with dopamine and serotonin and all that stuff. I didn't know any stuff. You're like, yeah, I know, Mel.
No, but I know, now I know about protein.
Right.
So what are we going to do?
How hard is it to get protein?
You have to eat about 8 huge chicken legs.
Yes, and egg bites. I'm so sick of egg bites. And
You have to have like a
smoothies.
dozen eggs.
Yes, and I'm like burping and stuff. Not anymore, because I partnered with scientists. I've built the most incredible 23 grams of complete whey protein in a TSA-approved gluten-free bottle, 100 calories.
Stop it.
Stevia and monk fruit are the sweeteners. So I recruited a world-class scientific advisory board that drove the formulation with me, and all of them in clinical practice, all of them with published scientific research. And we have been I've been to the lab, the hair nuts. I drove the flavor because I will not slap my name on something. Neither will you.
No, of course not.
What I love about it is I remember my dad he had an intact aneurysm.
Yeah.
They had to do brain surgery. They hand you these shakes that are this big, that it can be life changers. But if you don't have an appetite because you're on a GLP-1 or you're recovering from surgery, you can't get the nutrient in. And then I think, Hoda, I don't know about the girls, but all 3 of my kids had ADHD and 2 of them are dyslexic. And I couldn't get the proper fuel in them because our son in particular, super picky.
Yes, same with my daughter.
Same. Game changer.
And 100 calories too, which is awesome.
You want to know a great trick?
Give it.
So it's a high impact protein if you look at the grams of protein, and that's 23 grams.
23, I see.
Add a 0.
230.
So, now compare it to calories, 100.
Oh, so if it's... I didn't know that trick.
Correct. So when you grab a bag of chips or cereal that now say protein, and it's got 4 grams on it, add 40, but then it's 230. So now you know that's not a high impact source of protein.
I love it.
So the point is whether you try this or not, I just love solving problems and giving people and myself information that you deserve to have. And once I woke up to the importance of protein, I'm not a medical expert, I realized how important this is for everybody to know. And so, this goes with the chicken and the salmon and the hemp hearts and the peas and the eggs and the lentils and all the stuff we're trying to do.
Yeah.
But it helps you bridge a gap when your life is busy and when you can't quite make the ends meet.
When you look at your life now, where we are, because we're on top of the wave right now, do you picture it building still? Like, I feel like you're like at this place that is, because I've known you since when you were beginning.
Yes.
And I'm watching you. And whenever I think Mel's at the top, I'm like, wait, where's Mel? Mel, okay, she's now up there. I'm watching all these wins. But what I love is people are cheering you on. They want you to continue like on this trajectory. When you think about where you are right now, what do you see? Like, what are we seeing ahead? I hate to ask about what's next.
Okay.
What is it?
Well, I love that people are cheering, and I think it's because I just want to help.
Yeah.
And I started by wanting to help myself.
Yeah.
And then wanting to help my marriage, and then wanting to help my kids, and then wanting to help like my friendships. And I'm so grateful that this happened late in life, because when you have an experience where you almost lose everything that matters, you don't forget what matters, you don't. And so as freaked out as I am about the red carpet, it doesn't really matter in the scheme of life. I hope on my deathbed I say, wow, you look good that night. But if I didn't, I didn't. I don't think I want to be buried in the dress, so I don't want to spend a lot of money on it. I just, I feel that I'm part of, and not the only person. You're a huge part of this. There's a lot of people that are part of the counter programming that is discouraging people.
Yeah.
That, I'm not telling you anything new. I'm reminding you of what you already know and hopefully encouraging you to walk toward it and to prioritize it and to treat yourself a little bit better. I mean, I don't think a lot about where this is going, because I do think that the second you take your eye off of the mission for how you feel good or what makes you feel like a good person, you then lose what makes you feel like a good person. And so I'm honestly focused on the next episode we're taping. I'm focused on this interview. I am focused on just what's right in front of me. Because as all this started to happen, I reached out to my therapist and I'm like, I'm freaking out. What if I screw this up? Oh my God, oh my God. And she said, here's you've done the work to put something out into the world. Stop worrying about that. You're on a plane and it's hurtling through the air. And it's now being carried by forces of good and, divine energy and everybody in the world that wants to feel better and do better and is so sick of the division, and we all largely believe and want the same things. And that force is what's propelling this. Your job is to sit on the plane and to hold your cup of tea and to occasionally look out the window and be like, oh gosh, there's clouds, how cool. And if Hoda's sitting next to you, talk to her. But don't worry about how fast the plane is going. Don't worry about where it's headed, because that's already been taken care of. And the more you stay present and you understand your lane, this isn't about me. It's about something much larger than me. And I am but just a participant, like so many people, in this greater force for good.
I love Mel Robbins.
I love you, Hoda.
I love Mel Robbins.
I love you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC, or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.